the hardest puncher I ever fought, though, winds up becoming Miguel Cotto. I mean, the consistency of his punching power was unbelievable. You know, I went into the fight watching his knockouts and thinking to myself, man, you know what? These look vicious. I'm going to probably get hit harder in this fight than I've ever been hit in my life. But I'm going to put that in my mind. I'm going to keep burying that into my mind the whole training camp, that I'm going to get hit harder this fight than I've ever been hit in my life. And sometimes I would try to overcompensate opponents. Like, I remember when I fought Lovemore and I remember told myself, because he was like a major stalker. He gave everybody hellacious problems stalking him with tons of pressure. And I remember telling myself, I'm going to be under the most stress, the most pressure I've ever been under in my life. And I overcompensated. I ended up beating him easily. I ended up handling the pressure very easily. So sometimes I overcompensated and it helped me mentally. So I was kind of hoping the year before with Cotto, when I was saying I was going to get hit so hard in my mind, I was kind of hoping I was overcompensating. But the first shot he hit me with, I was like, nah, this guy is just as hard as I feared he would, you know. And it was, man, was he a major puncher at 140 pounds. And even at 147, I thought he was a pretty big puncher, but considering what he did to the 147 pounders. But either way, the shot he knocked me down with broke my orbital bone. We've gone into that before. You know, the consistency of his punching power was really, really sick. His jab was like a ramrod. You know what I mean? I mean, his jab was like harder than some people's right hands that I've taken. You know, like some people's right crosses or left crosses that I've taken. Just his jab. You know? I mean, obviously he was a converted southpaw. He was a natural lefty, but the heaviness of his jab was sick. And so it didn't surprise me when over the course of his career I saw him drop two guys with that jab. He dropped Alfonso Gomez with a jab, and he dropped Joshua Clottey with a jab. And it didn't shock me. Like, that's how heavy this guy's jab was. And I was like, you know what? And it's funny because I was watching both fights with people that I knew, and they were like, "Ah, you drop him with a jab." I'm like, bro, this guy's jab is a different level. I'm telling you, this guy's jab is like a boulder hitting your face. You know, like, you really, really, it's not an average jab. And so I didn't feel so bad when I saw those guys going down from the jab, because I can remember just being really uncomfortable with the heaviness of his jab and being like, oh my God, even this guy's jab, it's so heavy, you know. But he was probably the hardest overall puncher, consistent puncher that I ever fought.